Welcome back to Glacial Awakening. And you can see there's some sparkling ahead of me because I did dig down. Well, didn't dig down. I came down below the obsidian layer and tunneled across to where we marked yesterday on the surface. And you'll see here we've got some rock crystal ore. There's only one block of it, so we have to be a little bit frugal. There is a way to duplicate them, don't worry. And these have 3 different attributes: size, purity, and cutting. We'll get to those later. Size is probably most important to start off with, but I don't think we need to worry about the other 2. So that's got 2, and that's pretty much it, unfortunately, down here. You can see it's sort of semi-transparent through to bedrock. Bedrock is only a few layers down, and it's flat. So if we ever did need to get to bedrock, you can easily do that. And this isn't terribly far from where our original base was. I've just put torches up there so it doesn't melt the water layer, because that will melt. And then our original base is just there. That's where our original cave route is. So it's straightforward. And you'll see this place is pretty much empty. Yep, there we go. And we've got some bedrock down there. I did just to fill those in, just to get close. So I'll see you back up the main base and we'll continue. And we're back up here in our base, and you'll see I've started constructing the grinder. There's a few blocks. One, these are the machine blocks we made last episode. The other 7, I needed, I think, another batch. So yeah, that's the thermopile in the middle there. I'm not going to put that in yet because we need to fill in these ones. And if you have a look on the text, it says expected iron grate machine blocks. These corrugate iron ones are just a ring of iron ingots. Nothing excessive there. The iron grate ones, however, do need some stone, and they do need some other stuff. So let's just get the stone first of all. I've been cooking up a batch. That'll do. And you're going to need quite a bit of iron to get this one running. Let me just... Oh, it's actually come daylight, so that's why things are dying. Yes, where was I? So we need some iron bars, which means I need to make more iron bars, unfortunately, because we're going to need 2 batches of this, and I had 6 available. I think it was 6. There we go. So we've got iron grate machine blocks. And I'm probably going to need even more iron, but let's give this a go until we get to that point. So there we go. And there's going to be 2 more at the front. I'm going to need to place the middle block. What are you? Well, it'll tell me, but only once I've placed this. So copper coil machine block. And that is minus 46. In fact, that's XYZ instead of XZY. So you need to translate that a little bit. So copper coil machine block. Copper coil machine block. Presumably that's going to be... Oh, okay. So it's more like fine copper wire. It is not the thermopile. I thought it was going to be that. I think I've got them in my inventory still. I do. Okay, so how many iron do I have left? 3. And I have none left in my inventory. Okay, I'm clearly going to need to make more iron. So that is straightforward to do. And at some point we need to automate this soon. I hope we get the automation options. But for the meantime, we can just do the usual here of transforming those into rock cores. I'm just going to make, well, all of them in fact. And then I'm going to need more of the crystals. So thankfully that is quite simple to do. We just pop them wherever we like and drop the block on top. There we go. Okay. You will do. And then you can just double right click into the controller and they'll go to fix spaces. Right now I've got 11 shards and I've got 16 rock cores. So more than enough to make some more iron. See you in a minute. There's a copper coil machine block. That gets that going, and that just needs to go in the center. So we'll just dig this back out again. Okay, so copper coil machine block. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, and what's next? Iron grate machine block. That's the front again. I need to put those back. Regular machine block is in the middle. That's fine. We can do that. I do like this blueprint approach. It's quite a nice way of getting this to be created correctly. And then we're going to need what looks like another machine block in the middle, and then 8 striped machine blocks on the outside. Striped. Oops. Striped? Striped. How many iron are you going to make me? Oh, gold. Okay, that's not quite as bad, but needs heavy nuggets and some stone. Okay, so how much gold do I have? Do I have enough? No, of course not. Okay, I need to go and well, gold thankfully is a different form of rock core transformation. So gold ore is sand again, but Shard of the Shining Dawn. As you might imagine, it's just the yellow one. And do I have enough rock course to do this? I do. So, yep, we'll just transform you. And then go and throw the rest of the iron through the natural altar. So that should be fine. I'm back in a second. Okay, so we need some heavy nuggets. That's straightforward. And then do I have some stone in my inventory? I don't, but let me just put some more on here. That should do. We should get some of that pretty quickly. Do I have any? I've got a little bit more here. That'll do. Let's create that. So we just want one batch of the striped sort. So that can go all around here. I'm going to just take this back down again for a second. And then let's put them into the right places. Let's just get you there. There you go. 3, 4. And then I think there's actually just going to be a machine block in the middle. Let's just see. Let's try that with a machine block, shall we? So one machine block right there. Okay, and let's see if it can now complains. 1, 2, and 3. You have stopped complaining. But you're still not formed into a multi-block. So, right. Do we need... let's just check the manual. When you place it on the blueprint, a grinder block will appear. You can place a block out. Maybe that's just the grinder blueprint that needs to come back out. How about putting a machine block there? No? Okay. I need to just go and check that one out. That appears to be fully built. Unless it needs to go one further up. I hope not. Let's just get this out of the way. And let's go and see if that's projecting another block. Nope, it's not. Okay, I'm just going to clear this top out anyway. I just want to access this on the top in future. There we go. So hopefully this is entirely valid now, and I just need to figure out how to activate it. Probably some equivalent of Engineer's Hammer via Magneticraft. Apparently it is just right-clicking the wooden box. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty cool. I like that quite a bit, and it's got a little sort of user interface. Some blue quartz across, and then is there another one on this side? I guess there is. Oh, no, that looks like the power connector. Okay. Maybe that's just going to be the input, or the output, I should say, because the input hopefully will be on the top. Let's have a look. Put you down. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so presumably an input up here. As you might imagine, it's a grinder, so that's going to be useful. And then back here, I've just got what we're going to use for power, which is the thermopile to get started. Later on, we will have more options. Thermopile is just basically something that is like a Stirling engine. It takes advantage of the difference in heat between two different things. So to get that started, we're going to need some cobblestone and probably a couple of buckets, but one bucket will do for now. And head outside to our solar concentrator. It's nighttime. That's not a good time for a solar concentrator, although sometimes it seems to have a particle effect that still works. But hey, we want it to be daytime. And then we want to generate some lava. And we're also going to need some stuff that's cold. So I do have some of the heavy snow blocks, and if they count, then that's going to be cool. Otherwise, we'll have to figure out some other way. But this should generate us some lava, I think. Let's see. I'm not showing it change colour. Some mods have that. That's quite cool when it does. But for the meantime, I just need to wait for this to turn to lava. Then I want to put it down near the thermopile over on the other side, and we should be good to go. Hope that doesn't need... Oh, there we go. Yep, there's one lava. I will just go and put that there and then go and get the other one and come back for some snow. Second bucket of lava. Let's pop it in this side and let's see if we actually get something out of this. I need something cold. I've got some of these heavy snow blocks. Not sure if they count, but let's give them a try. And if not, then we'll find another thing that's compatible. Are you going to generate any power? Well, let's hook this up by electric cable. And we'll just send it around the back. There we go. And we're going to send it to here. Okay, are you generating any power? It might be nice if there was some kind of indication. Yeah, looks like we're getting power. Okay. Bit of a picky thing, but you don't really measure a gauge like that in volts unless it's a battery that its maximum is up here somewhere. and it drains all the way down. Normally, that's not, but yeah, I shouldn't actually complain. Anyway, what we actually need is some sort of ores, and the quest thing actually is to basically craft some iron rocky chunks, 2 of them, and we get an iron ore back. It's not terribly great as far as return's concerned, but that should be straightforward. I just need to make some more of our shards and rock cores, and then we'll throw some in. I'll throw it in for the first time while you're watching. And here's our lovely iron ore. Let's get that going. 2, 3, and 4. 4, there we go. Okay, and let's see whether we just need to throw it in the top, if it's more like a realistic machine, or whether we actually need something else. Let's just go up here, and another one. Yeah. Probably a dangerous industrial accident waiting to happen, but no. No? You're not going to do? Okay, so maybe we just... Oh, okay. So we can do any sort of input. That's fine. Maybe that's just for connecting automated, pipes and stuff like that. So are you going to be available? Yep. So we've got some iron rocky chunks. That should get us a quest, which it does. And we're going to get an iron ore back. And let's see if we can use this thing to do it. We can. That's nice and easy. Okay, cool. So now we have an ore washer, but we've already created one of those, I think. If it is just a regular ore washer quest. Sluice box sieve. Okay, I already created one. There we go. And... put you back. Again, not automatable. But we get some more iron ore. I don't mind taking the iron ore. And then it takes us on into creating a hydraulic press. And that just needs some paper and an iron ingot. And of course, that is going to be a large multi-block that we can, we need to actually deal with. But now that we have the iron rocky chunks, we can just smelt it straight into one iron ingot. So we no longer need the natural altar outside. And we no longer need the trees to regenerate the stuff. Or we can put it through here and we get some aluminium dust, some nickel dust, some of the time, not very much of the time, but we get an iron chunk 100% of the time, so we get some other ingredients. And then that can go straight into 2 iron ingots. So we now have ore doubling, which is so, so much nicer. There we go. Gravel. And double, please. Come on. Double. There we go. 4. So that can go in here. Or in here. Yep. There we go. And we'll just shove the rest of this through here. So given that Magneticraft is probably going to be taking a lot of metal to actually produce, then, oh, we got some gravel along the side as well. That's cool. And you'll see we have our voltage dropping, but yeah, I won't pick it. Well, it says voltage and then joules next to it. So maybe it is actually dealing with this as a battery and that it needs a certain minimum level. I'd be impressed if it was, but yeah, in the meantime, let's just do this. And one more. I do like the animation on this thing though. It is pretty cool. Where did that go? Is there a failure chance? Where did it go? Oh, I don't want that. Oh, wait, you get it back. Iron rocky chunk. That is weird. Anyone know what that happens? Iron rocky chunk. Are you going to work this time? What is going on? I don't know what's going on. That should work. Yeah. Needs more investigation. Anyway, in theory, that's how things will work. It did. If you also spotted it, that water was just wasn't flowing as well. So something was wrong with the ticks on my local machine. So I just restarted it. Everything's fine. And you're now ready for me to get lots more iron. So that 4 turned into 8. This 5 should turn into another 10. So everything is working out pretty great so far. I need to clearly make more iron ore, but we have everything we need here. So that's into hydraulic press on that side. On the top side, well, we need the light well. Yes, as WoW priests know, everyone should click the light well. In this case, not so much, but yeah, we are going to need one of those 2 rock cores. Okay, so that's a dwindling supply. A couple of aquamarines and then other bits and pieces, and we just need that in our luminous crafting table. So we need 3 rune marble, 2 chisel marble, and then a couple of aquamarines. And do we have any aquamarines? Oh, no, I've got 1. Okay, I need to find some more aquamarine ore. Oh, look. That will do. And does this luminous crafting table, is it one of those that it'll stay in? Can I put these in here? And it'll just say okay. Yeah, cool. That's good. I like those kind of crafting tables. It's a shame that the default ones haven't been updated to do that in Minecraft. Maybe they do in newer versions. I don't know. Maybe tell me if it has. That'll be pretty cool. And then chiseled. I think that's everything. And a rock crystal I've got in my inventory. Yeah, I've got one of them. So, is it, what was the actual, let's get the quest up. Ah, okay, that's fine. Then a chisel marble either side, and then a rock crystal in the middle. And that gets us a light well. It should happen when it gets to a certain amount. I think we may need to use the resonating wand on it. It should show up here when it gets to the right amount, I think. Okay, and there we go. Our first light well. Cool. Light well is done. And that does need a liquid starlight bucket. But that is relatively straightforward. Once you're starting collecting that, let's put it down here. You can get something like aquamarine, which I've just run out of because, well, I guess we've got one left, I suppose. I can go and hunt for some more, but let's just put one in. You'll see what I mean in a second. This is going to bounce around in here and it's going to start generating starlight. There we go. And you'll be able to get a bucket worth of it, and it gets used later for other reasons. That aquamarine is going to break eventually. There's nothing you can do about it. That's why I'm not using rock crystals, because this I can easily find above Y level 4. So that's straightforward, and we get a sextant. Okay, this is for, in fact, hang on. Oh, I need a liquid starlight bucket first. We need this to be 1,000 millibuckets, or 1 bucket worth. Need to leave that out for a little while, and that should be fine. It will fill up this whole thing eventually, but for now we can get on with other stuff. That means on the other side of things, on the hydraulic press side, we're going to need to create this, which is some paper. I think I ran out of paper last time, so I'm going to make more, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, and yeah, just taking a look at these labels, it does appear to be using joules and watts and progress, as well as voltage. So yes, this is a battery. Well done you on you, mod creator. And we get some golden rocky chunks, which should make us hopefully some other stuff. I'm not sure if this gets us other sort of other side ingredients. I just want to check. Are we going to be getting potentially the same stuff out of here or different? We're getting some copper dust as well, so that's a chance for copper. And then we'll just put this in here, and we should get obviously 2 gold and 1 copper we can get from this one, maybe. Copper dust. Yeah, it just gets us just 1, but yeah, a free copper. Can't complain too much. And there's our gold. So yeah, lots of nice side ingredients. Side products, I guess you call them. You are nearly full, so let's just get you. That's a full bucket. And let's put the light well there. Sorry, not light well, the liquid starlight here, and this will continue filling. So just want to make sure it doesn't fill. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. 1 second. Okay, so yeah, I do want to make sure it doesn't fill all the way up to the top, or rather we get all the sort of starlight we can out of that one aquamarine. So we have a couple of buckets worth now, and that continues to fill. Eventually, again, it will break unless the configs have been changed. I'm not sure if that's changed, but it doesn't normally get changed. And then here, we don't have anything in here just yet. What was I going to go from here? Yes, we want paper. So we've got some pulp up there. It's just been soaking in from sugarcane. And is that used up all the water? It has. Good. And we can use that to just make this next hydraulic press. And then up here, after the Lightwell quest, where we get a sextant, presumably used to take bearings and stuff. The Starlight crafting altar is the upgraded version. So for that, you're going to need the Astral tome. And you generally need a multi-block structure made out of marble, which is why I said before, on that temple that's all the way over there, you want to collect some marble. All this stuff that I got over here. Very useful building blocks, and it is used for the multi-block structures. So we'll come on to that. I think we need to be able to find the sort of blue particle effect for Starlight, really. And I'm not sure if we need an item for it, so I need to just check the Astral tome in a minute. In the meantime, we've got some paper, and we just need a single bit of iron. And that should be able to make the next blueprint, the hydraulic press. Okay, now presumably this thing is going to be huge. Let's take a look. Can we put it outside here for a second? Yeah, let's put it there. Yeah, it is larger. As you might imagine, a hydraulic press, unless you missed all the YouTube videos of whatever it is, 1,000,000-ton hydraulic press, squashing things that really don't need 1,000,000-ton hydraulic press. Well, it's basically a large structure with usually a piston at the top, and you fill it with hydraulic fluid, and it pushes downwards with a force much greater than you might think. There are manual versions as well, you just crank them down, but not quite as good. So yeah, we're going to need all the same things. So these iron grate machine blocks, you get 8 of them just with a ring of 8 ingots. So that's going to be 8 iron. And then there's another section of them as well, which is going to be another 8 iron. Although yeah, that's fine. And then in the middle there, it's what looks like more of those copper coil machine blocks. So copper coil machine blocks. Oops. Yeah, those. So those need more fine copper wire and yet more iron and copper. I have 4 of them left. That's enough for 1 block, but we'll need a second one. So we are going to be using our copper supply. And then above that, more striped machine blocks, bits and pieces. And I'm going to need 5 by 3 by 3, it looks like. So we'll break that. And then I will go and do all of that off camera. I think I'm going to be extending further down this direction. We've got a huge amount of space down that way before we get out of the hill. So it seems like we're probably going to move this at some point. In the meantime, I'm just going to build it here and then build upwards. That's some liquid soul. Yeah, I just have these buckets everywhere. And we'll hopefully be able to connect it in with this cable and make it there. And you can see here some things dying. Anyway, I will be constructing that, and once I've built it, I'll bring you back. Okay, I've made up most of this now, the support column y-axis. Bear in mind that this stuff is sided, well, it's not sided, but it depends on which way you actually place it, just like a piston or anything else. So if we put this here, for instance, you'll see these say y-axis. That means I've been facing down when I actually place them, and they build upwards then. You can see the sort of texture going upwards. If I put this, however, this way, which is what we're probably going to need to do, you'll see the texture runs this way, and that is what it's requesting, if I remember rightly. So yep, that text has disappeared. So this is ready to be created into a hydraulic press. And you'll see I got lucky, I guess. I'm deciding where I want the basically the power cable to go, and that's there. So this is where I find out the readouts on the back, or something like that. No, that's okay. Okay, so is there... Yeah, I can click on it anywhere. Fine, good. So from here we have a hydraulic press. We can make different plates from ingots with it. Cool. That I've done. So I get some more XP levels. And then it says create a coke oven. Now remember, I have this here. I'm probably going to need to move it because I think I need some more room for the coke oven. And this is only the crude version. Later we'll get a much better version. So someone did say in the comments, thank you very much, the coal coke I did create, this stuff, is not from the same mod. It's not immersive engineering coal coke, so it's not compatible. Now, if I had some, what I could probably do, if I had some of the immersive engineering, I could put it into a drawer and then put this on top, and it may well just or dictionary into each other. But yeah, given that I can't really put them in the machine, I'm not sure that's going to work or not. So on this side, we're going to need to create coke brick, and that needs plates of lead and copper. So that needs 4 for each of those. So we only get 3 out of this. So remember, we need 9 batches of this. So 9 of these plates, meaning 36 lead, 36 copper, and some bricks and clay and other bits and pieces. Sandstone, can we just crush that? Oh, just use regular sand and just, yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then we get 1 storage upgrade Mark III for that, but we have to make it engineer's manual. I've already made a hammer, of course, so we can get that back out, and I'm not sure if I made the engineer's manual, but yeah, so that'll lead us down towards a couple of things. One is blast furnace, well, we've got one, and acquire steel is that particular thing there, and then we can have a look along the top. So I'm going to go and try and get some 36 copper from somewhere. I think I'm going to need to go mining for the, well, in fact, how much copper do we have? We have 15, okay, but we didn't have doubling before, and now we do. One thing you get out of galena, by the way, in addition to the lead, you also get silver. So here's the lead, and the silver comes out of the same ore. So yeah, do collect that, and we'll process it, of course, later. And that can go, we'll just put these dusts in here for now. This is just also byproducts. Silver dust as well. And we're good. Well, let's just put our machine blocks in here as well. I don't really need anywhere specific for them yet. But if we make another Magneticraft machine, we're probably going to need them. So let's just put the Magneticraft stuff in there. And everything's looking good. Yeah. Okay. I'm off to mine, unfortunately. I will see you in probably about 20 minutes of my time. I would like some way of creating the ores, mind you. Well, we just create copper ore. Is there any way to create it using rock cores? No, not straight copper ore. How about the calcopyrite or chalcopyrite? Nope, that's just world gen as well. Is there any way to get copper ingots other than having to mine it in this pack? So copper ingots, so crafting from copper powder, from copper ore. Well, laser. Yeah, we're not to a laser. I'm off to mine. Back in a minute. Okay, that's mostly done now. You'll see this, you see the animation, it's mostly like a steam hammer rather than a hydraulic press. Hydraulic press just goes down slowly and just crushes whatever this is. This is more like stamping it flat, but we get some heavy lead plate out of here, and we get some heavy copper plate, so we should be able to make everything. We just need some clay. Let's grab a stack of clay, that'll be enough. Whoop, we can just use this thing here, coke brick. And we get to make 9 batches, which is 27, which is exactly how many we need. And am I going to build back from here? That might be actually a useful thing to do. If I just take these out for a second, that was that one iron ingot that I tried to convert and didn't work. But good, because we're going to need this for the next quest anyway. So let's just get these blocks out. And in replacement for them, we'll put in the coke brick blocks. And that should be 27 of you. Yep, so that's the next quest done. I do like it when that happens. And we can just lay these down. And remember, you're going to need your engineer's hammer for the front of them. There we go. So that should be able to convert coal, which we're going to need to actually create some of. Did I create an extra coal in here anywhere? I thought I did, but maybe I used it for something else. Looks like I used it. Well, that's fine. I can always create more. Anyway, this will basically let us create coal coke, I would hope. So that is going to get us some storage upgrades. That's fine. Blast furnace, we don't get any reward. Second step in creating steel. This multi-block structure is not capable of automation, must be handled manually. Yep. Third step, and highly recommended, is to upgrade to the improved blast furnace to allow for automation and preheaters. So we can't do that yet, but we will be able to soon, and we have to basically create 8 steel, which is the next sort of objective. So I'm just going to put the rest of this behind there, and let's just put that torch back. Whoops, torch back. I've covered in most of this mainly because there's a lava under there and I don't want to accidentally fall into it. Typically with these you're going to need to connect them, so I'm going to need to maybe think about just going back this way. And I'm going to need at least one space, so having it there should be fine, and then we'll just have a narrow gap between them like that. Cool. And yeah, you can't really automate it, but it's fine. I need to just put this in place, so let me just get those done, and I'll bring you back when I'm done. Okay, so our first block of coal coke has come out, and that I would recommend using the block of coal recipe for the rock cores as we have here. That gets you that going, and then behind here we can start to put in some iron. So iron, do I have? Yeah, I have some iron rocky chunks. And we'll just do those. I did also find there is a way to automate, well, not automate this, but there is an alternative block for this. So we'll just grab this for a second and I'll show you what I mean. And that can just give me some result, please. Some iron. Yeah, it's cool. And we'll put this in on there. There is a multi-block called a sieve, and it isn't as tall as these. I've built them back in a little bit now, just to really surround them with blocks. And this wall's moved back a couple of places. As you can see where this originally was, it was right next to the wall. I'm going to be pushing it back further because the sieve is, well, it's not small. But I don't see any copper coil blocks, so I don't know if this thing actually takes power or not. So yeah, there is that. But you can see a lot of this is stuff we already have or is nearby, except for these. You see these support columns here? They all take lots of iron, if I remember rightly. Is it support columns? Support columns. Oh, sorry, lots of lead. So a couple of iron, but lots and lots of lead. So that is in process. There's 40 lead there. We can probably get that. And then it's got a couple of machine blocks at the front for 5, I think. And then some of the striped ones, which is gold. So that is something I'll build probably next episode. And we'll put it down. I may either move this later or I'll put it, the sieve down, with 1 block space and then the next machine along. We'll automate it from the back if we need to, or we'll just go down into the ground here if we need to. And that's looking pretty good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with today's episode. We've got, 4 machines done. We've got a multi-block for essentially a grinder. We got a multi-block for hydraulic press. We have a sieve ready to go. And now we have a coke oven generating coal coke, which we can then use basically to make steel. And steel is the next quest along. So there's steel. There is also this alloy kiln side thing, which leads into electrum. Now, alloy kilns, they take a few other bits and pieces. Alloy kiln, mainly it's skystone that you're actually going to need. It's kiln block. Yeah, there we are. So you'll see this takes bricks, which is just clay. They're a factory brick. Well, I guess we could reuse the ones I was using for that pit burning. And that over here, we've got infused rock. The infused rock is exactly where we become the skystone. Now, skystone is a Logistics 2, big meteorites all over the place, but they are quite tough to get through. So you could use diamond picks, I guess, if they're allowed. And let's just go and is it dark out? It is dark out. It's sunset. I've increased the font size on the right hand side, so let me just go and see if the diamond pick can get through it, because there is a new, an even better type of pick called a crystal pickaxe from Astral Sorcery. So because we're doing Astral Sorcery, that actually may help. But anyway, let me just go and check the nearest meteorite. It's not too far from my base. And here it is. I'm just somewhere to the north of the base. I could have gone out of that other corridor, the small one that I dug through. Ooh, that's a nice little ravine. There's some more aquamarine down there. Let's just turn off the F7 mode, just so I don't need to see that when I'm out in the daytime. And here, will you let me dig through this? Because it's also useful for other reasons. Yes, it will. So if you want to use a diamond pickaxe, you can. It's going to need, what does it need for this? It's going to need 4 of these, and each one of these is just one of the sky stones. So technically we are going to need 8 of these for the quest. I'm not sure if you actually need more than that though. Yeah, it needs 8 for the quest. Who needs a smeltery? This requires a lot of skystone. Crystal pickaxe would definitely help. But if we need 8 times 4, obviously 32. So if we get 32 skystone out here, then we can convert them using the natural altar and get that going. Now, the other reason we do basically skystone is that in here will be a chest right in the center, which we can use to pick up A2 stuff. There'll be probably the presses will be in here, I imagine, unless there's something changed recently. And I can never. Main problem here is I'll lose track of where I actually am in the middle of this this meteorite. So give me a little while, and I'll bring you back once I get to the chest. And there's the chest. It's got the calculation press in it, and it's got some skystone as well. Is there any recipes for the other inscribers? Let's just see. Is there any way to get them? Crafting presses run the central meteorites. You can make a compass to get those, but how about the other presses? Are they easy enough, or they're all just found? Okay, so there is no recipe for them in this pack, so you do need to explore to get that. So I've got 33, 34, yeah, 37, 38, 39, and I'll stick a 40th. Okay, so that's pretty much everything I need for that. I'll head back to the base and shove those through the natural altar. And don't forget you have the hearthing planks, which you should be able to use to hearthstone back. 183 meters, but hey, this should be quite quick. There we go. We're back. Cool. That's much, much easier than doing anything else. So let me just eat some more fish, and then we'll see if this will actually convert these over. Let's just make exactly the right amount. 36 was it, or 32? One of those. I'll just put them through, and we will get them back at the base through that that teleportation mechanism, basically like an ender chest. I think I said a vacuum chest. I actually meant an ender chest, but that's fine. And you were converting. Good. All right, so back to the base, and I think we're ready to finish the episode. we've got pretty much everything we need. We've got like 4 different machines built. The coke oven, the blast furnace was rebuilt. We've got the grinder, and we've got the hydraulic press. Next episode, we'll probably carry on, add the sieve to the whole thing, and then we'll be probably heading it more into the astral sorcery side, because after the steel ingots, we're right onto the simple machine chassis, and we need to get the kiln and everything else, but then it's this side progression. So we'll get into astral sorcery next episode. Hope you've enjoyed the Magneticraft episode. Give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and if you've got any suggestions, like the various commenters that are coming and giving suggestions for each other, do feel free to do so. It's a great sign to see you all are sharing tips and tricks. Otherwise, we'll see you next episode, and as always, guys, thanks for watching.